Okay, second part of interview with Sean Robert Johnson.
Thank you for having me again. It's a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure.
So what you got for me?
I'm try- I hope somebody can edit this shit because where did my notes go? Okay, here we go. What
Okay.
kept you going during those 19 years when it felt like you had decades left?
Well, I will say that God gave me the strength to get through this adverse situation I was going with is because it's moments that you can feel like you lost hope. It can feel like everything is drained out of you. So I believe that God gave me strength to overcome it. And it's just the fact that from the time I got incarcerated, I always had my mind set on that I will be home one day. It wasn't about if, it was about when that would happen. So I never wanted to give up because I know that I wasn't wrong for my situation. I actually defended myself, and one way or another, that I will definitely make it home one day.
Okay. Was there a specific turning point inside where something shifted for you mentally or spiritually?
Yes, I would say both. I would say it's about 7 to 8 years while I was already incarcerated. And I wasn't getting in trouble or anything, but this time I had found myself in acid. And one time I was just sitting there and did an assessment of myself, and I was just telling myself, like, either I can go through this journey of being in here and just be idle and not make anything of myself, or I can really start tapping into the different gifts that God gave me so I can be impactful, not for only for myself, but for those around me. So from that point on, I really just started working towards everything that I have accomplished now as far as learning business, learning financial literacy. But more importantly, when I got out of Ad Said and I started reading the Bible more and started going to church more, I used to be like one of the guys who used to go to church and just sit in the back row and half-heartedly pay attention, but then I really started paying attention to the message that was preached, and I was taking what was preached and was applied into my life, and then I found myself being in the front row of the congregation, and before you know it, I found myself being a part of the ministry team while I was actually preaching and teaching myself. But I would just say that it definitely was a transformation about 7 to 8 years into this incarceration.
Okay. Is there something specific you learned about yourself that surprised you?
Oh, that is a good question. Something that I learned about myself. I can't identify anything specifically,
Not one thing.
but then I can say it just my resiliency. Like I know I always was a resilient person that tried to persevere through anything, but just the resiliency to stand steadfast in the midst of one of the most trying times in my life surprised me in ways that was able to overcome different obstacles during this time in prison.
Okay. Who or what did you lean on emotionally when things were at their hardest?
I would say God when I just pray, and it's plenty of nights throughout this whole ordeal of being here that I just sit here and pray, and I just tell God what's on my mind, what's on my heart, and anything that I was feeling. And like that helped me through a lot of nights where it's things that I wouldn't talk to anybody else with. You know, I have a couple of friends that was here throughout the whole time that we would talk about different things that was on my mind. And once we met, it's things that we talked about that helped me get through and cope with some days too. But I would just say from the very beginning, I just always just try to lean on God and just express what I'm feeling and just ask Him to help me get through it.
Okay, this question kind of piggybacks off the other one, so if you want to skip it, we can. Was there anything or anyone that helped you hold on to hope besides God and your relationship with Him?
I would say, yes, thinking about my kids early on of
Yeah.
watching them grow up without me. So I think that helped me hold on to hope because I felt like if I just give up and lose hope, that would be a selfish thing, and I would be doing a disservice to them. Because at the end of the day, I know that they would need to have some type of relationship with me, and I know that they will hope I would be home one day so I could be there physically with them. So they helped me navigate it, and like I just aforementioned, when we met, we didn't had a lot of conversations, and you have helped me grown in various ways as well. So it's like different aspects. It's conversations I had with my parents over time, sometimes with my brothers, sometimes with close friends, but that's really it.
Okay. Are there things you're still healing from that you want support with?
Yeah, I just think going through this process is different from the average person who going through the process of being incarcerated. And I say this all the time. Another person can be incarcerated, and they can feel the same feeling and have sympathy for knowing what it's like to be incarcerated and lose their liberties. But psychologically, it's a different thing when you get sentenced to 50, 60, 70 years
Hmm.
and they telling you you're not going home until you're like 80 years old or if ever. So trying to fight for that freedom, it does something to you. It does something to you. And it's like, it's mind boggling sometimes, but you just got to just push through it and just get through it at the end of the day.
Okay. So, those that will be listening to this, is there anything you never want to revisit or to talk about? And this
Um,
is in order to protect just your well being from questions you don't want to talk about.
I think I'm kind of straightforward when it comes to a lot of things, and I'm open to pretty much talking about a lot of different things because I'm sure people have questions, and I feel like if I provide the answers to the questions, it will put things into context for them and help them understand not just my journey, but other people's journey. Now, is it some things that's prison etiquette that somebody might ask me in the future, and I just might just say no comment? Absolutely, because everything ain't meant to give up.
Right. Okay. Two more questions. What do you feel was taken from you the most during those 19 years, other than your physical
Uh,
freedom?
I just feel like there's so many things that I could accomplish in life if I wouldn't have been in prison. And I know everybody say hindsight is 2020 because maybe things could have went differently and not been as good. But I just feel like deprived of so many things that I could have possibly done, even outside my freedom. But from day one, no matter what, I never allow incarceration to take my mind or take my spirit in a sense to make me feel like it's just over. So outside of my actual freedom, I never allow prison to take anything else away from me.
Okay. Last question. What do you want your second chance to represent?
I want my second chance to represent redemption and positivity because my goal that I will strive to accomplish each and every day is to be positive, to be kind to people, and to be impactful with purpose. Because a person doesn't necessarily have to physically be in prison to be locked up. A person can be locked up in their own mind or locked up in their own way. And I just want to be able to just use my second chance as a tool to be impactful in others' lives, no matter what it's about, to just give them a boost in their spirit. Because if it wasn't for me being blessed by God using our governor in New Jersey, Mr. Phil Murphy, to give us second chances, who knows how much longer I could be sitting in here because even with good issues, the courts ain't really trying to let everybody go. So you could have a good issue and you could still be incarcerated. So it's like walking out of here is not only a breath of fresh air, but it's truly a blessing that I have to take full advantage of because I'm going to look at it 5 years down the line and basically say I'm not supposed to be here.
Hmm.
So just having that opportunity to get another opportunity at life, uh, I won't let anything squander that blessing. I'm just going to do everything I can to just further along the stuff that I started, but just to pour into people to be as impactful as I possibly can in life.
Very well. Thank you, Mr. Sean Robert Johnson. We will continue
Okay,
tomorrow with part three.
and thank you, Mrs. Shannon Johnson, and I love you, and thank you for your
I
time
love you.
today.